Lesson 13 in Unit 1 deals with the substitution property. And our objective for today, so again, when you're done with this video, you should be able to say that yes, I can correctly substitute numbers in for variables, then use order of operations to simplify. Alright, so we're using that old idea of order of operations, okay, which tells us again, parentheses first, okay, then exponents are second, and then multiplication and division, we go from left to right. Whoops, that's third. What am I doing? Exponent, there we go. And then number 4 is addition and subtraction from left to right. Alright, so that's just a review. We've seen that a million times already. You need to have this on your paper if you want credit for the homework. Write it down. Alright, moving on here. Our first example. We are going to substitute in, or we're asked to evaluate each expression given that x is 3, y is 0, and z is negative 4. So basically what I need to do is just make sure I'm putting the right piece in the right spot. So I see an x, alright, I need to put a 3. I see a y, I need to put a 0. And when I see a z, I need to put a negative 4. Alright, so we have 2 times 3. Anytime I do substitution, I'm going to do it inside of parentheses. Alright, that way there's no sign mistakes. And then negative 4 and then negative 4. Alright, so I did my substitution. Now I'm going to go back and look at my work here and see what I could do. Okay, order of operations tells me I could do all 3 of these multiplications in a row. So that's 6. Positive times positive is positive. And then 3 times 0, anything times 0 is 0. And then the last one we got to be really careful on, because again, we're not just looking at 4 times negative 4, we're looking at the sign in front. That's negative 4 times negative 4, and that's positive 16. Alright, the reason why I'm able to do all 3 multiplications at the same time is because they are separated by pluses and minuses. Okay, right here and right here. Now again, I know we use that as positive and negative when we multiply, but that's really, it's plus and minus, and that's why we're able to break it up that way. Okay, now to finish the problem, alright, we just add from left to right. That's 6 plus 16 is 22. Alright, example 2. In example 2, I see an x, so I know I'm going to put a 3 there, and that's the only variable. So that's my only substitution in this problem. So I have 3 times x value is 3 minus 4 plus 15. So notice how nothing else is going to change with the exception of what I'm substituting in. Alright, now we learned the distributive property, and you could distribute this if you want. However, order of operations tells me to simplify inside the parentheses first. I can simplify this, so let's go ahead and do that. That's negative 1 plus 5. Alright, remember, different signs subtract, keep the sign of the bigger absolute value. Alright, then I have multiplication and addition, so I'm going to do my multiplication next. And finally addition, different signs subtract, keep the sign of the bigger absolute value, and we get 12. Okay, the next one. I have an x and I have another x. So in this case, I'm going to put 2 3's. And I'm going to do this in 2 different colors just to make sure we understand this idea. Alright, so we have negative 5. Here's my substitution. Minus 4, not going to change. Plus 2. And again, when I substitute in with multiplication, I want to make sure I'm doing parentheses. So you can see my substitution in the red. Alright, now let's go ahead and solve this. Work inside parentheses first. That's what order of operations tells me to do. So that's negative 5 times, that's going to be negative 1, plus 2 times 3. I have multiplication, addition, and multiplication. Because my 2 multiplications are separated by a plus sign, I could do them both at the same time. So I end up with 5 here, because a negative times a negative is a positive. And 6 here, and a positive times a positive is a positive. So I have 5 plus 6, which is 11. Alright, number 4. Here's my x. Here's my y. And here is my z. There's a typo there. That 5 shouldn't be there. Alright. So let's go ahead and do my substitutions. Alright, so I have 2. Now again, make sure you're doing them in order. The y comes next, so that's 0. Plus 3. And then my x, which is also 3. Minus 5. Times z, which is negative 4. Okay. I think that negative 4 may be off your screen. We'll bring it down on the next one, make it a little bit easier as we go here. Alright. So, inside of parentheses first, I have negative 5 and negative 4 being multiplied. So I'm going to take care of that first. Alright. Negative 5 times negative 4 is a positive 20. I'm going to drop my 3 down. I'm going to drop that 3 down. And because this multiplication is separated by a plus sign, I could do that right away. And that's going to be 0. So I don't need to write anything. Okay, so that's gone. Inside the parentheses still, I have the 3 out in front, and I'm going to add that to get 23. And then I could go ahead and multiply this, and that is my result. Okay. So we're going to actually stop here. Okay, we're going to save these 4 problems for in class tomorrow. Alright, so do not do those. Those will be the first things we start with. Alright. One final thing you have to do is at the very end here, it says, after watching this video, you need to write a statement about what you learned in this video. Alright, we'll see you tomorrow in class.